Hey, g'day, Josh here for Zeke Essentials, and I'm here helping high performance men over 40 to be able to build a strong, lean, energetic physique without the BS. Now, I want to jump in really quick in today's video and share with you the strategies, I should say, the absolute best exercises for you to be able to burn stubborn body fat. Now, before launching in, I have two disclaimers. Number one, there is no best exercise. It does not come down to exercise. So if you're doing 500 crunches a day, stop it. And number two, there is no such thing as stubborn body fat. It doesn't exist. Now, the best way to lose body fat is through, as we know, creating an energy deficit. So that's either A, eating less energy than you need, B, by offsetting energy through exercise, so doing more exercise. Number three, ideally, is a combination of the two, so i.e. eating better, moving a bit more effectively. And number four comes down to the actual food sources that you eat. But look, this is a topic for another video. What I want to talk about today is just giving you the reassurance and the confidence that when you feel that you are not on the right path, you may in fact actually be on the right path. So it comes down to having an understanding of, firstly, our own expectations, also to knowing how body fat does accumulate on the body in terms of what order generally and the way in which we lose it. So a lot of the guys that I work with, when they first reach out, they want to be able to lose body fat, and primarily it comes down to that midsection fat. So the stuff that's hanging around the waist, and it doesn't matter what they do. They've done all the diets, the detoxes, they've signed up for the challenges, they've got the apps, and whilst they have some limiting success at the past, they feel that it's going to take something miraculous or some miracle or something special to lose that stubborn fat. We call it stubborn fat because it just doesn't want to, or it doesn't seem to disappear at the rate that other body fat goes. Now, first things first is understanding is how we actually accumulate body fat in what order. So generally for most men is we first start to put on weight through the lower ab and the lower back region. So if we are eating in an energy surplus, or we're not doing enough exercise, or whatever, we're simply living too much of the good life, that is where we first start to notice it through that lower part of the waist, and then it will creep up. So again, it's our whole midsection. Then we start getting a lot softer through the chest. We might start noticing some weight through the neck. Our face starts to fill out, and before we know it, we're starting to, we're losing definition on our arms, so we're starting to accumulate body fat on our extremities, and by that stage we're, 10, 15, 20 kilos overweight, reaching our hand up and saying, listen, can please someone give me a hand? Now, losing body fat, you will generally notice it in the reverse order. So what that means is you will first start to notice it through the extremity. So maybe your arms and your legs starting to get a little bit leaner. You might start to see a little bit more definition, a little bit more shape. Then you might start to get some compliments that your face is looking a little bit thinner. You seem to have lost a little bit of weight. So little things as well, maybe your sunglasses are falling off your head and stuff like that. They don't kind of sit where they are. But you start to notice you're a little bit thinner through the face. You might start to notice that you're getting a little bit thinner through the neck as well. And as you stay on the right path, you start getting leaner through your torso. So what will happen then is maybe you start to get some definition through the shoulders. So again, you're looking a lot thinner through here. You're starting to lose a little bit of the man boob. So things are starting to tighten up through there. You might even then start to see just started the definition of the top abs starting to pop through, and then before we know it, we're really desperate. We really want to see the results, but we look down and it just starts to, or what we feel is it's lingering through the midsection. It's starting to hang on to those lower abs. What the hell? I need something special. I better start ramping up my cardio. I better start doing 1,000,001 crunches every day. Oh my God, this is the stubborn body fat everyone talks about, and I need to do something different. We fail to realize that you've actually been on the right path. You know what I mean? Like, so if you're starting to get leaner throughout the rest of your body, if you've already lost, say you've got 15 kilos to lose, but you've just lost 10 kilos and you're seeing the definition through your arms, through your legs, through your face, through your neck, through everywhere else, you are on the right path. It's just going to take a little bit more time. Now, also too, as you do get leaner, it will somewhat get harder. Your body doesn't want to be necessarily under 10% body fat. It's going to require more work, but it's not just about more dieting, and it's not about more exercise and more sessions and trying to do 7-day-a-week workouts and things like that. It really just comes down to more accountability and calling out your own bullshit. So, i.e., could I work a little bit harder? Sure. Do I really need that extra serving of dinner? Possibly not. Should I not pick off the kids' plates when they're finished? That's a good idea. Should I maybe skip dessert and maybe Friday night beer? that's probably going to be handy as well, because that'll just continue to help create a further energy deficit. But the reality is, and the truth is, you are on the right path. It just takes a little bit more accountability, and it takes a little bit more consistency, and it takes, most importantly, a little bit more time. So don't be sold on the idea that you need some special workout, that you need to do a special ab routine, or you've got to go out and buy some gimmicky thing that the latest fitness influencer is trying to sell, some heat pack for your back or whatever, or some special, ab vibrating machine, or you start to need buy special supplements or whatever. It's all BS. You know what I mean? You are on the right path. It's just going to take a little bit more time, because if you think about it, the way in which we gained fat, we generally start gaining it through the midsection, and then it kind of creeps up. The face will fill out through the extremities and so forth, and you lose fat the same way. But unfortunately, we don't tend to think like that. When we want to lose body fat, the first area that we want to lose it from is from our midsection. We look down. This is the instigator. This is the motivator. We're looking down. We can't see the old fella anymore. It's like, I've got to do something. I desperately want to lose the gut, but it is going through a process, and it's going to take time. Like if you've got 15 kilos of body fat to lose, it's going to take some time. It could take, 3 to 6 months, and you have to be willing to play that game. If you simply want it gone in the next 3 weeks, it ain't going to happen, and you're going to be somewhat disappointed. And this is where all the hustlers are there trying to sell you their latest fad or their challenge or whatever to try and lure you in. Okay. So if you just understand that process and know it does take a little bit of time, it does take a bit of consistency, just keep doing the work. And most importantly, there is a saying that success leaves clues. If you're starting to see great success, if your weight is coming down, if clothes are fitting better, if you look a million times better, if you're starting to get the compliments, and right now it's just that last little bit of body fat to go, and you're convinced that it's stubborn. It's not stubborn. It just takes a bit of time and a bit more work. So again, on that note, I hope this element of truth helps, and I'd be keen to know how you go with it. So feel free to reach out, feel free to drop a comment, always here to chat, and we will go from there. Alrighty, have a good one.